I'm sitting with Blaine Watson. And welcome, Blaine. Thank you so much for being here to introduce yourself. And I just want to say I am one of your followers. I think you're a fantastic Vedic astrologer, and I'm delighted that you're going to be speaking a bit about the what you know so well in Vedic astrology. So, if you just let the people who are listening know a little bit about where you're located, how long you've been into astrology, and what you're going to be speaking about in the presentation, that would be great.
Okay, thank you, Emma. It's a pleasure to be here.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not sure I want a follower, but
Too bad. It's all
too
over.
bad. That's what I'm hearing. I'm going to have to adjust my global perspective here.
Yes, you are.
My name's Blaine Watson. I'm a Canadian, and I am an astrologer. I've been studying astrology since I was a little kid. 8 or 9 years of age, I think, is when I came across my first book on astrology, and when I found it, it was like coming back home.
Hmm.
I I followed it all the way through high school, and in high school, I learned to meditate. And after I finished high school, I became a meditation teacher, which I did for my adult life, traveling all over the world, teaching thousands of people how to meditate. My meditation teacher found out that I was interested in astrology and um, asked me to switch to Indian astrology, which I was happy to do because it has a much more sophisticated system of prediction associated with it. So it was quite pleasant to be immersing myself in a science that was so ancient and so precise at the same time. So I've been doing astrology professionally now for decades, 3 decades, and have many tens of thousands of clients all over the world. And I spend all day, every day, just looking at people's lives, which is very satisfying to the voyeur in me. I'm always very curious about everybody, so this really gets to scratch that itch quite nicely. Today we'll be talking about astrology and its usefulness in managing spiritual growth and particularly spiritual awakenings or transformations, how to predict the onset of them, and then what we can do to facilitate them and make them much more stable and comfortable as they're happening.
So I just a brief note here. Blaine has trained himself to be immensely positive, and that's one reason he gives such a great positive reading. But he doesn't like to use the word spiritual emergency or spiritual crisis. So I just want to say he will be speaking about awakenings that are challenging. Is that all right, Blaine?
Well, not quite, because there is no such thing as a challenging awakening. An awakening is an awakening. It's the integration of that awakening that poses the issue most often. Like I handled one this morning. Actually, I had a consultation with a client this morning, and I'll be describing that in my comments.
Okay.
She's a great example. She's absolutely a perfect example of exactly what we'll be talking about and how we managed it. So,
Wonderful. So, without further ado, I'm delighted that you introduced yourself, and we are making a recording now. So, the people watching this introduction need to know that the presentation will be online, and you may be watching it a very different day than what than when we're recording it. So we welcome you to that, and thank you very much, Blaine, for introducing yourself. And I look forward to doing the next interview with you, which will be about spiritual awakenings. Okay, thank you.